This is episode 56, and you're on a prize!
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
So 63, contact the New York Center, 128.3.
28 3, Tempo 63, good day. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast featuring the week's top user-submitted stories and news from the skylounge.tv. Welcome to another show, everyone. Mr. Kevin, is this giving you deja vu?
Yes, because I was there, what, 2 weeks ago? And on the west coast in Vandenberg when they did the launch. In the morning, it looked exactly like that. Only a bright sun lifting off in the distance.
That's insane.
You just don't see the rocket.
Hey, look at Sparky Circle down below, bro. He looks like he's in the rocket right now.
he's a Kerbal.
He's a Kerbal. Bro, please change your name to Kerbal. Kerbal Smudge.
Oh my god, look at that.
Wow, that's incredible, man. It's magical, bro. It's magical. We like to think of like flight as magical, but like really, look at this shit, right? Like we're going in, we're going beyond spheres, atmospheres. Hold on, there it is. There's the proof. The Earth's not flat. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an atmosphere. It wouldn't be a stratosphere, right? Like, all done. The Earth is not flat. So,
no, it's not.
Mr. Edson, I've got a question
Mr.
for
Sparks, yes, sir.
you. The Tesla Roadster that they sent into space
Yeah.
is officially the fastest production car.
That's bullcrap, though.
Indubitably.
Even though it wasn't
Indubitably.
under its own power, even though it wasn't under its own power, it's gone the fastest any car has ever gone.
Truth.
Of course. Yeah.
Absolute
Well,
truth.
that's relative, though. That's relative. If you compare, like, from space to universe, there's no speed because there's no direction. So I don't know.
Like
it's relative.
that's what it feels like after you eat Taco Bell, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. So the next time you guys try and do a flight sim event of any kind in Hartford, Connecticut, or wherever we were, and the only thing to eat around there is a Taco Bell, let's just pick somewhere else like Vegas, please. Because that's what it felt like after Taco Bell right there. So so we went to find like that.
Falling out, Mr. Edson.
Yeah, exactly.
Falling out.
The bottom definitely fell out. So
They're not gonna land this one, so
no, they're not. They're not.
News.
Sadly, they're not. Yeah, we've actually got a pretty stacked week. Let's dive right in. Starting off with our popular contributors this week, in the #1 spot, Mr. Crazy K. Congratulations, Crazy K, taking the #1 spot. Followed closely by SSH in the #2 spot, Angeli662 bringing up #3. #4 spot, Mr. Gibbon, and #5, one of our newer patrons, Mr. Ravewolf. Congratulations to our top 5 this week. Just remember, without you submitting news, we've got nothing to talk about, so keep the stories coming to the skylounge.tv, whether it is a update, a new release, a news story, a sneak peek, previews, or even just a discussion topic for us to take on. We're happy to have it. Thank you again, everybody.
did you notice something?
What's that?
There's something missing on the board.
I didn't break it.
No, Ivana's not there. She's in the paint of milk now. We're looking for her.
Ivana Fly has gone missing.
She's gone missing.
Holy moly, the day has come. Starting off with our top stories this week, submitted by Crazy K, FSDreamTeam Chicago O'Hare KORD V2 preview. Now, we don't often look at updates here in the top news section, but this definitely merits a deeper look. FSDreamTeam just pushed a brand new spanking video showcasing their O'Hare scenery in all its glory. This is only the beginning, so expect a lot more pictures and videos in the near future. Skipping over some of the YouTube stuff, you know, in brief, this is a remake of the entire O'Hare scenery. So for those that don't know, FSDreamTeam had an O'Hare out already released. This is a full rewrite. Some never before seen features. Working information panels showing weather info, stand coordinates, AI and user flight plan info, and GSX service status 2, made with highly optimized C++ DX11 code, only possible with the V4 SDK PDK. So expanding on that thought, Kevin, what do you make of that?
I'm glad to see innovation back. I'm really glad to see innovation back, because it feels like we've been stagnant for over a decade now, where all that we can do was within the boundaries of what FSX could do. But now that they've thrown that out the window and they're exclusively designing it for V4, we can see some, new innovation, new stuff. This is,
these are those points in time that mark a shift.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Dude, and I'm glad to see that. Absolutely. They're
information panels. So it makes me think like we would have a board that shows the status and arrival time of our GSX follow me vehicle, maybe, or a refueling truck status, and when it'll arrive to us. And holy crap, AI flight plans? That means perhaps a travel board that shows the departures and when they're leaving and when more arriving, and even our flight. Dude, this is amazing. Weather? Stand coordinates?
Yeah.
This is like next level shit.
Because previously, if you had like jetways, that, you know, because the way the GPU renders and load things, if you have an airport with 100 jetways, those 100 jetways had to be like sort of unique, right? Because you place them in the scenery and they're all different. But now what they can do with this, they design one jetway, they put it everywhere, and the GPU is like, oh, it's the same thing, let me render it in multiple places. So it optimizes a lot of things. And using the PDK and the DirectX 11 to put custom gate numbers doesn't seem like a big deal, but it sort of is when you're designing scenery and trying to optimize for performance. So I'm really glad to see that they're improving their games on this, and so they are the first one to do it. But I assume other scenery developers will follow with features like that.
So we have a running joke.
I'm just wondering if every gate's going to be military cargo.
I hate those sceneries, bro. I hate those sceneries. So we have a running joke here at the lounge, and you may have heard us joke about it fairly frequently. At one point, we looked at a scenery, and there was a response from a developer that said, "This isn't a jetway simulator." And you know, we kind of ran with that, right? And every now and then you'll hear us drop, "Well, this isn't a jetway simulator, right?" Well, guess what? We've come full circle, right? Like, this really makes it seem like now we're in control of airport operations. Or at least we have visibility to airport operations. As much alive as the plane is, the airport now is. And we see statuses of things and statuses of other gates. Dude, I can't wait to really see what that's all about. Obviously, maybe some of this is speculation and dreaming, but it really sounds like that's what's been described.
Telling you what, there's one thing that I'd like to see. Any developer just pick up on that, and I think the technology that they're doing there could potentially make that happen. Would be if you have translucent jetways to actually see people walking down the stairs when you're boarding the plane. and walking up the stairs when, walking up the jetway when you're deboarding. Well,
Even if it's just a shadow.
Yeah, that's...
Even if it's just a shadow.
Yeah. I don't
That would
see why
improve a lot of
not.
things.
Right,
Yeah.
because it doesn't need to enter your plane. It just needs to end where the jetway ends, because you don't see that part anyways. Like,
well, even if they can also enter the plane, I mean, they know the position of the doors and all that stuff. That would tremendously improve the immersion factor, because you actually see the packs coming in.
Orbex is bashing on a desk right now, saying, "No, that's jetway flow. Shut up, Kevin. That's jetway flow."
That was my little thing.
They can't
Look.
do jetway flow because they're going to do creature flow first.
Yeah, creature flow. Individual gate numbers on each of the 170 plus jetways without having to model all jetways individually, thanks to usage of DX11 code for rendering a big frame per second advantage. Like Kevin said, the GPU basically looks as these like almost similar elements, and it's rendering one over and over. PBR-like quality textures thanks to custom substance designer filter, allowing to use a PBR workflow in a non-PBR sim with minimal loss of quality and with a very easy upgrade path to PBR graphic engines. So
Hints?
I know a little bit, yeah, exactly. I know a little bit about how PBR works, but Kevin, you probably know it a bit more in depth as to the allowances of a PBR type rendering, shadowing, reflectivity.
I know that there's a lot of work that goes into it, and that the transfer from normal textures to PBR texture is not a straightforward one, I'd say. But I never played around with it, so I can't go into details into what it does, but it improves the look of the sim a lot. And every game that I played that has PBR, it's quite evident. You know, you look at it and it's clear that it's PBR, and the feeling is much different. And I'm actually surprised that they're using something to emulate PBR and non-PBR sim, and the result is absolutely gorgeous. But I think that's a hint as to what's to come in V5. And even if they don't know, or I mean, nobody knows, but it has to come at some point. PBR and V5, I totally would like to see that. And it's good to see that they're preparing for that.
Yeah, most definitely. The scenery is one of the most awaited airports of 2018 and will be released during the course of this year with an upgrade path for existing users of the current version of FSDreamTeam's O'Hare.
Yeah, it was overdue.
Let's dive in.
Very
Tons
nice.
of gate info, yes. That's all dynamic information, right? That's not the same thing repeated over and over. Oh, there, flight info.
Yeah, it's pretty. It loads it from your flight plan, so you load it in the sim,
and it knows where your
takes
sim
it from
is. It knows where your plane is, so it. Ah, dude.
This is great. I would like to see an automated way of loading the flight plan in the sim without me having to do it, like PFPX directly to the sim.
Direct write text. Oh, I see all the difference in the materials, dude. That's...
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
They're using chase plane for the camera. Glad to see that.
Oh, the shadows. Oh, the reflectivity of the glass.
Yeah. The way they calculate it is a bit shitty, but...
Look at the tires. They didn't sink. Look at the tires.
Oh, nice. Yeah, tires didn't... They don't used to move, don't do they? I can't remember if I saw them move in the other
Whoa.
scenery. But it's all perfectly animated.
And look, it's not extending beyond its reach either. Have you ever seen that? The disconnects? Yeah. So it's real-time weather.
Looks so good. Yeah. Weather from... from the sim here. Okay, so it gives a weather at the current location, like temperature and stuff. Altimeter. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, and it works with the AI planes as well, which is great. So you see, you can look at the gate next to you, and that plane that's about to taxi, you know where it's going next. That's awesome. GSX status on display.
Dude, this is a whole new level. 150 of them.
170 plus.
So yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. O'Hare was overdue for a new update, a version 2 of it. I'm glad that they're doing this now. I'm really glad.
Xenviro and Terramaxx, welcome to the Winter Wonderland. This one's submitted by SSH. Now, Winter Wonderland. One would think that we're referring to P3D here, or FSX. But this is in the X-Plane category. So, either SSH completely messed up this post, or we're in for a surprise. He says, I just joined the X-Plane 11 band, but I hear you guys never had winter textures. Well then feast your eyes on this. Boom.
Yep. I have so many questions.
Many questions. Obviously you can see that the autogen is also winterized. Yeah. So
yeah, I want to see the streets as well.
Well, the streets don't look winterized, but what's weird is the buildings do. So it's like, does this include winterized autogen as well? And
well, my biggest question is that automatic by time and date, or is it something that you do before you launch the sim? Because that would be cheating, if you ask me. And does it cover the entire planet? Do you have snow in Mexico, or is it also regionalized?
so many
Those
questions.
are my questions. Yeah, and I mean, because we've
It's
had
beautiful.
winter mods. We've had winter mods for X-Plane for a long time. What we really want is a dynamic one. That's what's missing. So that's what I want to see. But it does look gorgeous, though. It does look good.
Another step closer, right, Sparky?
Yes, indeed. Yes, it's looking good. But yeah, as you said, you know, as long as it is dynamic,
So
there's not really much point, you know, unless you're just going to go, right, we are flying in Canada and it's going to be snowy and we want those textures.
So again here, right? Like you got autogen. So this airport you can assume is custom. You can assume, I guess. I can assume. How about that? I'm assuming is custom. But if you look at the grass at the airport, it's also winterized. I'm just going to say that term. It's winterized. And patches of grass in here are winterized. So it's almost like it's a replacement for a texture file or something maybe. But then again, if this is a custom airport, how did it replace these texture files, right? Like there's so many questions, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks nice. The thing with X-Plane is that most airports that are custom, when I say custom, they go through the airport gateway, so they're default airports, but they're custom made. They're using scenery objects from the library, and they're using core elements to design it. So I'm not surprised that you see snow as grass here.
Gotcha.
But so many questions. I don't know what to say. I mean,
The thing is, X-Plane use and the sceneries, they use so many different libraries. I mean, I've got hundreds of libraries for all these different airports and sceneries. Which ones is it using? I mean, you know, am I going to have autogen that isn't white roofed on some sceneries than I am on others? It's, you know,
Yeah, because
depending on
that's
what library
immersion
it uses, I
breaker, right?
guess.
That's immersion
Yeah.
breaker. That would drive me nuts.
So one thing that I saw in another game, that's Cities Skyline. You know, that new game that they released to build cities and stuff.
Yeah.
They released
Yeah.
they
SimCity,
released
basically.
the new version of SimCity, which is much better than the new version of SimCity. They did a winter pack, and what they did with it is they took like any like 3D object element, and any surface that's at the top has snow on it. It's
Oh, that's
dynamically
cool.
calculated. So regardless of the object, if there's a point where it faces up, there's
Right.
snow on top of it, and it does a gradient depending on the angle. And I think that's the right way of doing snow in the flight sim or any simulator, as a matter of fact. So I'd like to see that implemented there. And I think I saw one screenshot somewhere, I don't remember where it seemed like they used that tech, but they were trying to, fine tune it. But I'm not sure, and I can't say for certain.
But on that, you are saying that, Kevin, on that principle, you could actually build layers. So you could have actually thick snow in places and thin snow in other places, because you'd be building a layer on top of the next one.
What do you mean?
Oh,
You said
you mean 3D
basically-
models though?
It
That would
takes the
have to
3D
be-
model and then puts a layer on top
Yeah.
of that model. But then
It
if
does.
you keep adding layers, you can actually get a depth.
Nah,
of
the layers are
snow,
paper thin though.
Yeah,
I
you
think
just add the layer, but you make it like
Bold,
bigger,
yeah.
and bolder. Yeah. Yeah.
I would think that would take 3D modeling though.
No, that's something that can be highly automated.
Yeah.
You know already the geometry. If you put some rules in place of how the snow builds up, if we use the same concept as the jetways earlier, and autogen basically is that. You have one building that repeats itself over and over again. You calculate like maybe 1/10 of what you have on your screen, and then you have like houses with snow on top of them, and all pre-calculated.
Oh, you know what? There's a scenery that makes me think of. It is Meigs Field by Orbex, and it has snow accumulation on the sides of the taxiways.
Yeah.
And it, it only happens in the correct seasons, but there's like a
Snow
three-dimensional bank there. But if you cut the camera through that bank, it's actually just literally a flat thin sheet.
A
It's
3D
just
object.
Like it's just like an object. So yeah, there's so many neat ways I guess you could approach this, but I want to hear more. I want to see more. I have so many questions. If anyone out there has any more information, by all means, this is what we do these shows for. It's for discussion. Please discuss down below. Feed us some information. And yeah, let's see what we can find out. This looks really cool. This one's submitted by Angeli662. Nimbus preview their upcoming Huey. I want to say but but it's UH1H.
Sounds like a virus.
Yeah, some of you may know that Nimbus Simulation Studios are currently working on a Huey UH1H. About an hour ago, the developer published this preview video showcasing the current state of development via the team's Facebook page. Please do remember this is a work in progress. The team is aware that a lot of things are currently missing.
I have to say, the control this guy has on this helicopter is incredible.
Because he didn't hit the power lines like you would have, Sparky?
Oh,
The
you
ta-
just watch this video and you look at the controller he has on this helicopter. It's unreal.
all
And
that
it's a
control
Huey
without
as well.
all that control without a tail rotor.
Yeah, it doesn't spin. I tell you what, though.
Work in
I
progress.
tell you what.
Wow.
I might be injecting something totally random into this mix, but I'm currently starting to work on visual effects in X-Plane, and I've had some sweet experience with choppers and some visual effect in the dust like this.
Wow.
And yeah,
Dude, look at that.
that's pretty good.
It
man.
looks like a helicopter lands.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
That is
That's so good.
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. See if there's any additional information. Nothing. Okay. Thank you for that, Angeli662. Just Flight confirms Caravelle in development provides screenshots. #vintage. This one's submitted by me. Awesome. Yes. Making good use of the Giphies like we encourage all of you to do. Make good use of the Giphy integration. Well done to those who guessed correctly after we posted up some teaser screens last week of one of our forthcoming projects. Those who plumped for the short medium range jet airliner, the Caravelle, were correct. Sorry, it would probably be Caravelle, but I like to say Caravelle. Here are a few more very early shots. We'll have a product page with some early details up on the website soon. Oh yes.
We know you like your vintage aircraft, Mr. Edson.
I like triangle windows. That is
Oh,
elegant. That's sick.
It's the only one of the only
size
ones.
of the plane, though.
Yeah,
Those
you don't need
engines
big
look way
engines.
too small. They look way too small, don't they?
They look like the ones from a 737 Classic or a 717, because it was back in those days, right?
Yeah, that same style shape exhaust as
A
well.
very, very low bypass engine, or no bypass engine at all. It's pretty good.
Rear stairs that
3D.
work. Heck yeah.
Yeah. A piece straight out of museum.
Yep, and I can't wait to fly it, man.
Look how the tails extend to the middle of the fuselage.
Yeah. That is beautiful. Just Flight has focused for a long time on kind of the classics, and I like that. Like I love their stuff. I mean, you know, some of it isn't the most advanced when it comes to systems, but visually they're very appealing. They make for beautiful screenshots, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Sounds also, the sounds on the Just Flight planes lately have been, you know, super on the up and up. So definitely looking forward to this one. And for those wondering how to use that Giphy button, it's right there. The little rainbow sheet of paper. You click it, it pulls up the Giphy interface, at which point you can type in whatever you want, and it automatically searches, and you click the one. Make good use of them. We're always going to click on these stories, and it'll show up here on the show, so make them relevant, and don't do anything stupid. Next story submitted by Alpha India Romeo. Mr. X's next project, KLAX.
Which is weird because I thought he'd already done this airport.
Yeah, but that seems to be a bit more custom than what he used to do.
I think he did this one in light.
Because Mr. X, am I right in thinking that he started doing sceneries using the airport library supplied in X-Plane, right? There's nothing custom, really.
He has his own libraries. He has
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
This news over at flightdeckx.com. I have to point this out just from a design standpoint. What I see in this logo is ADX, which to me is Air Daily X, and it's kind of weird. It's freaking me out a little bit, but
Yeah.
identity is identity. Let's check out these shots. I'm absolutely thrilled to exclusively unveil Mr. X's next payware project, KLAX HD Los Angeles International. Mr. X, aka Justin of Short Final Design, Definitely make sure to see Heli Simmer's interview of Mr. X in case you missed it. Was also kind enough to grant our readers exclusive access to the first screenshots of this huge project.
It is a huge project.
Huge, huge,
Huge. The biggest.
the best. Look at this. Holy detail.
Yep. It's X-plane right there. Selling it very well. I like the shading. You know, you remember the was it the Boeing field from the Dravitsky design?
Dravitsky design.
I had some issue with the shading where it was too dark in some areas. Remember that?
Yeah.
The shading in the scenery is perfect. That's exactly the balance you want to have. There is some natural ambient occlusion coming from X-plane, obviously, but you know, textures they need some help sometimes. But whew, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Superb.
Like
Superb. Superb.
Yeah, as good as a maple syrup can.
I love the detail in all this kind of like wear and tear on the edge of the building.
Yeah,
look real close along the whole side there. It's just got this rattiness to it, and then dirt accumulation up top here. And
I like the vehicles as well on the ground. It seems to be
Yeah,
a lot more.
it's like I've got the program, but I can't remember what it's called. The airport traffic. Is it live traffic, or looks like it's integrated as well?
Nice. Sounds like an airport where you can walk around.
What happened to this control tower? Did they decide to turn it into a hotel?
It's like when you're building something in The Sims, right?
What the hell, dude?
When you do a building in The Sims and you're like, I'll just throw windows all around the place. That's what it looks like.
It's like, yo dog, yo dog, I heard you like towers, so I got a tower on 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 a tower.
Dude, tell you what, I know what's at the top of this thing. There's a level D 737, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It has to be. There's a 737 at the top of this.
You mean Penthouse Boy?
Penthouse Boy is at the top of this.
Right. Actually, I wonder, so I heard about a restaurant that was at LAX that is now supposedly closed and never really had great food. I believe that might be at the top of this tower. Don't know.
What?
Someone in SoCal, correct me if I'm wrong, but could be cool. Wow.
It lacks a bit of lighting, but I think he's gonna work on that.
Oh no,
He's brightening
actually,
a little
I think
bit.
the restaurant was here.
Yeah, it was at that tower, yeah.
It was at that tower. That's stunning, man. I mean, it's X-Plane, it's Mr. X. You know,
Can't go wrong.
you can't
On
go
his
wrong.
own. On his own, he's like the FSDreamTeam of X-Plane.
Milviz F-15 in-game previews. This one's submitted by me because I like my jets. And I say at Noodle, it's only a matter of time before we cruise side by side, F-15 and F-16. So for those that don't know, Noodle's a huge F-15 fan. Like the biggest.
So without further ado,
Yeah, without further ado, he will argue you into the ground about what fighter is better than the others. And I am a huge F-16 fan. And so I think he's going to be very, very excited to see this. Milviz reveals some images of the F-15 in sim. The F-15C specifically. And it looks beautiful.
Yep.
One of the users on Facebook asks, soon? And the response from Milviz is soonish. Equals on the way, but can't say exactly when.
2020.
Yeah, and then another nugget on the Hercules, which is another one that lots of people are waiting for from Milviz. And they say, still ongoing, the Herc is complex, lots to do.
The King Air as well.
The King Air as well, yeah, yeah.
And the V4 conversions for the helicopters.
Yeah, when?
Yeah.
Milviz.
This is interesting. So he's asked FSX, and the response is FSX Steam. Does that mean that it won't support classic FSX? Ooh,
That's unexpected.
that's interesting.
I'm skeptical, but my bet would be that they would sell it on the Steam store. Have they done that?
No, because they're selling it for
No?
V4. Naturally,
Yeah,
is the response.
I don't know. I don't know. No, Milviz wouldn't do that. All right. No, I don't know.
There has to be
curious.
some reason it wouldn't work in FSX boxed.
Yeah.
There has to be. Otherwise,
Anyway,
Milviz would not make that slip up and say, no, FSX Steam. Yes.
Anyway, I don't care. I don't use FSX. No one should use FSX anymore. Get away from it.
And
Yeah,
seeing
especially
as
after
it
seeing that
is-
scenery.
It is Milviz and it is a new project. I'm going to assume it's tech pack ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
that would
question.
make sense.
But yeah, that would make sense. And inside.
Very good.
Very good. Looking just as dirty as it needs to look.
Usual Milviz quality.
Yep.
It will look good, but one of the aileron will be stuck.
Yeah. No, this is nice. This is real nice. Very, very nice. I can't wait to cruise this too, man. I'm a big fan of fighter jets. What about you guys?
I don't fly them as often,
No.
unless I have someone to follow.
Yeah,
That's it.
jets occasionally. I don't mind military once in a while, but as long as I can blast rockets and guns and stuff off it, there's no point flying a military jet around unless you can fire guns and weapons off it, because it's a weapons platform. So
It's
Yeah.
good to test some PTA settings.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of shooting shit up in P3D. It's all too slow and laggy. It never ever looks. It doesn't even look like it is as fast as it should. It doesn't even look right. So I can only imagine it wouldn't feel right. Especially if you've ever shot anything in fucking Grand Theft Auto. If you've ever blown up someone else's car, you can't shoot stuff in FSX or P3D. You just can't.
what about
Not the same.
what about DCS, Mr. Edson?
Ah, now that look, man, I have it installed. I'm one step there. I'm further with DCS than I am with X-Plane right now. Because it looks right. It looks like it'll feel right. And the only, I'm gonna put this out there. Look,
So when the F-16
they don't have an
released,
F-16. They don't
when
have
the
an
F-16 when it's released for DCS, you're going to jump in, yeah?
Dude, okay, so I want to fly in DCS. I love the Warthog, and I know the Warthog's in there already. But, like, I feel like if next week the F-16 was released, an F-16 was released for DCS, next week I would be diving into it. It's like that. That would absolutely be a super fast forward trigger to get me in. But there are other reasons I want to get into, like the A10. Dude, I want to cruise with you. Like I want to. The Mustang, right? The Mustang looks incredible as well. That P-51 that you flipped over quite a few times. So yeah, I will be in DCS land. I will be in DCS land. The problem is I may never come out, dude. I love military jets. Next topic submitted by SSH. Exclusive screenshots. Matterhorn Park. This in the X-Plane camp. Have fun, he says. Also over at flightdeckx.com. Whoa.
That's
A bunch of
mounted.
exclusive
Gandalf.
screenshots of Frank Denizi's. Denizi's? Yeah. Upcoming Matterhorn park scenery, which is currently in beta, arrived in my inbox a few minutes ago. I am impressed. This looks even better than Frank's earlier masterpiece, Dolomiti 3D. No doubt this will become another must-buy for all fans of the Alps. And now enjoy these screenshots. Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
So much yes.
So much yes.
Yes. And that's the type of airplane I'd see you fly, Edson.
Yes.
It's
Definitely.
ugly.
Yes. It's pretty ugly. With the dangly legs.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Is that default weather or is that Xenviro? I don't know.
I think that's Xenviro.
I'm not qualified to comment. No.
That's good. It's real good.
I love all the trails. All the trails are so cool. Oh,
The
look at
grass
helipad.
is so perfect.
Helipad.
Yeah. The grass is so perfect over there.
Yeah. Wow.
This is very, very good. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Big Moses there.
Wow.
Chopper. There's a chopper. It's a small chopper, but it's still one.
Yeah, man. This is beautiful. See, it's like X-Plane's always been beautiful, right? But I feel like now it's getting even wilder in the X-Plane camp. The trails are killing me, man. I love it.
The trees as well is pretty dense. Laminar research truck.
A research van.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Wow. That's something else. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Colimata publish Concorde work in progress video. This one also submitted by SSH. Concorde project for X-Plane, anyone? Let's hope the development gets going. I really want a Concorde in X-Plane. Cheers, guys. Straight to the video. Let's see what we have.
Do you think it's gonna be like test.exe quality or
I don't know, man.
Eased up one. Oh my god.
Look at that detail.
That looks good.
Whoa. Every
Yes.
detail in the knobs, dude.
Yes, sir.
Holy crap. Oh man, wrap that in some textures.
Nah, give it to me like that. I don't care about the textures. Ah, that's beautiful as it is. PBR is doing a good job on it. Damn, it's beautiful. Nah, give me no textures.
Wow.
Ah, yes. I really don't know how to fly that airplane. I don't
very
think
complex.
I will.
I hope they make it not so complex because because in the real plane you have to shift the fuel up and down the plane to balance it out.
Oh, that's cool.
Really crazy.
Great video. That's looking good.
Yeah,
That's looking
It does.
real good.
very
Have a
good.
Sky 5 SSH. Thank you for bringing that. Next topic submitted by Angeli662. ZSPD Shanghai Pudong work in progress due in March.
Pudong.
Pudong looks like Asia is getting some more love, and I'm happy about that because I love flying out there.
It
This
was
by
funny 'cause
Imagine Ship.
I landed at this airport less than a month ago,
Really?
A flight from the UK to Shanghai, and my next leg is from Shanghai over to Sydney, Australia, which I haven't done yet.
Oh, well, you might be flying out of this scenery.
That's pretty good. It has dynamic lighting, all that you would have expected from...
This is like just an enormous terminal, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having to walk all of it?
It's a dull one at that as well. It's well designed, but it's dull in the sense that it's just one straight line.
Beautiful.
Pretty good.
Imagine Sim always does good work.
Oh yeah.
And they've been doing a lot of updates as well. Very nice update. Imagine Sim, was this from your whirlwind tour of Southeast Asia? Actually seeing the airport makes a huge difference in my opinion. No, we were not allowed anywhere near. We had to rely on a contact we had at ZSPD to get all the shots we needed. That's cool.
Wow.
That's
cool. Part of the research that goes into it.
There's a lot of research that goes into this, man. I don't think people really, you know, kind of understand the overall workload in creating,
especially in Asia.
Right?
Especially in Asia.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the clip of the week. Clip of the week. It is time. This one was submitted by Mr. Catterley. So there's apparently also a new feature on Twitch that allows people to become like clip ambassadors. So those that make the most clips will get a badge that shows up next to their name.
Nice.
As a clip master. So keep the clips coming. If you don't know about the live shows, head over to twitch.tv/theskylounge. That's where the clips happen. That's where the magic is made. I think I know what this is. Let's hit play.
And then what you usually see the past 2 days. Whoa now, whoa now, whoa now, whoa now. Whoa now. Easy, girl. Luckily we're near an airport. Go ahead and clip that.
I even said go ahead and clip that. I can't believe the number of times I actually said whoa now and didn't realize that I was saying whoa now so many times.
Whoa now.
I forgot where I was flying this day, but I'm in the Aero Commander. Was I flying with you, Sparky?
Flying with me. There. This is when
FedEx?
you took over. I had issues and you took over for a while. Yeah.
That was this. Yeah, definitely. And now on to worth mentioning, this is our speed round and we have a whole lot. So I probably will not be finishing this list or I will lose my voice. Keep the news coming. This is great. From the top, X-Plane 11.20 VR4 is now live. Aerosoft Airbus 321 professional teasers. There are more teaser photos available and it's beautiful. FSU IPC version causing 4.2 issues. Update to 5.124 now. There were some stutters. There aren't stutters anymore. Orbex releases MiGs fields for X-Plane 11. We'd love to hear your feedback on that for the X-Planers. If you do have that, we'd love to hear what you think. LH Simulations Mad Dog hits 1.04. Telluride Regional Airport UHD has been released. WF Scenery Shanghai International ZSSS for V4 has been released. Orbex K-SAN gets an update to 1.10. The Tolis A319 has now been released, and it's really a good looking baby bus. Fly Tampa Boston rebooted 4.1 patch now available. Emerald Island Florida 2.11. A teaser video of the 152 from Just Flight is now available. And there's so much more. We're not going to get through it. But ladies and gentlemen, we do want to take a moment to thank our patrons. As you saw, our videos and all content are ad-free, and it's only thanks to our sponsors. A big thank you to our Gold Club patrons, our flight crew patrons, our ground crew patrons, and now also our Twitch passengers. We have open subscriptions on Twitch as well. We want to thank you all. Thank you for watching episode 56 of On Approach. We'll see you all next time. Sky 5.
Climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, 63.
463, contact the New York Center, 128.3.